Okay, so I'm not entirely sure how to start this, but I go by Moxie. Some know me as Rebel Jess, but I prefer Moxie. I'm 14 years old. I know, wow, crazy. um, I love punk. I love the Riot Grrrl scene. I love anything considered old, like 70s, 80s, 90s, blah, blah, blah. I love pretty much everything. Like, my style, I have a weird style. Like, I'll do goth makeup, but I'll dress like I'm from the 90s. Anyway, let's see. It's just pretty much like a small introduction, just a little yap session while watching me do my makeup, which is not that good, but it's whatever. Alright, so a little bit about me. I love making zines. I love looking at other people's zines. I love traveling. I love going to concerts or festivals. I've never been to like a real concert because, well, I can't afford it, but I've been to like summer concerts or seen live music. Like, I don't know how to explain what I mean, but anyway, yeah, so there's that. Okay, so I have my own group actually. It's inspired by the Riot Grrrl movement and then my dad's past two groups, which was New World Rising and the Proletarian Warriors. And mine is just called Rebel Girls. There is six of us, I think, six or seven. And basically we just make zines about our opinions. Opinions, or how we feel. It's just for fun, there's not really any like quote unquote meaning. Um, I mean, it's kind of new, so have patience. Yeah. So there's me, Moxie. I made the group and I'm the main zine maker. Like, when I say zine maker, I mean like writing or art or whatever. And then Rocky is the other zine maker. It's an all girl group, girls only. Nothing against boys, it's just. Yeah, so most of us are either in North Carolina or near it because that's where I live. So yeah. And I live in a really small town, so it's like hard to advertise things. There's not many cool kids. I don't know what I mean by cool. I mean like kids into the punk scene or kids that aren't. All the kids like where I live, they're really like unmature and annoying. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like not what I'm looking for. Like, if anyone's ever been in New York City, you've seen how cool people are there. That's what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, um, so the Proletarian Warriors and New World Rising was kind of like some inspiration for my group. Um, they both started like in the 80s, around there, like early 80s. Um, So, New World Rising is a group of activists, hippies, revolutionaries, and whatnot, spreading peace, love, and truth. Our roots stretch back into the early 1980s when connecting with the dynamic punk, reggae, and hip hop scenes in Providence, Rhode Island. We organized many events, including May Day, Peace and Freedom festivals, and demonstrations. We circulated many copies of the NWR, which is New World Rising, magazines on Dead Tour and all across the nation. So that's like a brief description. So that one was more global, you could say. It was like all over. The Proletarian Warriors was something, it was like a youth group for like runaways, punks, rebellious teenagers. Um, I think my dad was around 30 when he started that. And so, yeah, he would help runaways. He got in a lot of trouble. He went to a lot of Ivy League schools, like Brown University, which he was banned from for protesting and getting in fights with cops and all that. He broke his nose a few times, using megaphones to like protest it. Yeah, it's really cool. I'll get into more detail about that later, but that's like I don't know. There's that. And then the Riot Grrrl movement, I love it. There's like ups and downs. Like there's some parts that aren't the greatest, and then other parts that are really cool. So I'll give a brief description for anyone that needs it. The Riot Grrrl movement believed in girls actively engaging in cultural production, creating their own music and fanzines, rather than following existing materials. The emergence of the Riot Grrrl movement began in the early 1990s when a group of women in Olympia, Washington, held a meeting to discuss how to address sexism in the punk scene. The women decided they wanted to start a Riot Grrrl against a society they felt offered no validation of women's experiences, and thus the Riot Grrrl movement was born. The bands associated with Riot Grrrl use their music to express feminist and anti-racist viewpoints. Bikini Kill, Bratmobile, and Heavens to Betsy created songs with extremely personal lyrics that dealt with topics such as rape, incest, and eating disorders. So, there's a small description. All the music with Riot Grrrl I love, like Hands Off Gretel, for example. All amazing. So yeah. Speaking of New York City, I actually went like a few weeks ago, from like June 28th to July 8th or whatever. I think something like that. New York City is super, super cool, depending on what part you're in. It is a big city, but like some parts are really cool. I went to, I think it was like Uptown Manhattan or something. Um, it's really like vintage there. Like the buildings are really old and there's not really anything that fancy, in a good way, of course. Um, Everything there is cheap. There's a lot of cool stores. The only bad thing was there's no bathrooms really. Like I walked 10 blocks looking for a bathroom. Boo. So there's a really cool store called the Buffalo Exchange. I got a lot of cool clothes there, which I'll probably show next time, but there's like one or two in North Carolina, but it's different when you're in New York City. So yeah, lots of ups and downs. Very cool. If you want to visit somewhere cool, go there. It's also like punk there. This is where some of the punk scene was, like protesting, and it's just really cool. I forgot. There's where I was, Uptown Manhattan, when you walk down an alley or a street or something, there's a specific part that's like there's like a punk bar and there's a wall with punk graffiti, and it's really cool. So yeah, there's that. Okay, so the other thing is I don't really go to school. I'm like on and off. Like I started school pretty much third grade is like when I started. Um, and then I was on and off. Like I would go for half the year and then I'd leave and then I'd come back, like that sort of thing. I left in the middle of the year last year. I'm not gonna go back this year. It's all confusing, but a lot of people will associate it with the idea that you're a failure and you won't get anywhere, which is not true for a lot of reasons. First of all, as long as you go through elementary and middle school, you'll be fine. And then you get to high school and you're like, oh, I'm tired of this. That's fine. Just get your GED. I think it's called like a general equivalency degree or something. Just do that and you'll be fine. You can get a job, you can do all that. I'm not saying college is useless, but it's no different, really, from getting a GED. It depends. Like, if you're doing something serious, like being a doctor or whatever, okay, go to college. But if you're just trying to get by, you don't need to waste your time. I've known a lot of people who did all that. They straight A's, stayed in school, and they got pretty much nowhere. Because with how the environment is today, it's like impossible. Like, ugh, I won't even get into that. But anyway, enjoy your life, Go out and have fun while you still can. That's just my opinion. So yeah. So I talked about a little bit of me, my group, my dad's groups, and then New York City. That's pretty good. I could yap about a lot, but like, there's so much I can't choose. I guess we'll see. I went to a String Cheese Incident concert this year, like for the summer. It was so fun. So I went there with my best friend to the thing. I got there at like 4 p.m. and I didn't get home until 1 a.m. It was really fun. The music was like, it was so loud that like you could feel it in your chest, like it was that loud. Everybody had a great time. Everyone was like smoking, like they bag check you and stuff, but these people are sneaky, like sneaky. Um, my dad's or not my what? My best friend's dad, he drank like 2 full bottles of wine and like a few beer cans and I don't know what else, and he was fine, surprisingly. um, everyone was it was really fun. Um, there was really good food. I had some fried Oreos and then um, what is it called? Like a photo bomb. There was like this little setup with this camera. It was outside. It was this, and she was doing it for free. She was so nice. There's like accessories. So I did a little photo bomb with my best friend, and then I remember something spilled. I was laying down, like on the ground. Someone spilled their beer on me, and then someone like threw their beer in the air, and it got in my eye. But anyway, I just wanted to share that because it was super fun. Um, and then I went to the AVL Fest in Asheville, and that was super fun. Um, I saw 2 bands. I can't remember what they're called. Hold on. Pink Beds and Pink Mercury. I know, coincidental. They have the similar names. They're both really, really good and really cool. So basically, the AVL Fest is like you get a wristband and you can go and see the live music of your choice, and it's usually in a bar. And you're like, Moxie, how did you get into a bar? Let me let me explain. So my best friend and her parents, they usually volunteer to work. Like her mom is an artist, so they sell posters and stickers and all that, and whatever. So they get like quote unquote special privileges. So when I'm with them, I can pretty much get in anywhere. The bar, for example. So that's how I saw the live music, and it was super fun. Um, so yeah, I'm out here living my best life. I don't know about y'all. um, so yeah, that's just 2 examples of when I go out and I have lots of fun. I personally don't really care if anybody likes these or watches them. I just want to be able to yap, I want to get it out. Just have whoever is out there listening. So, if anybody did listen, thank you. Peace and love from Moxie. Bye.
That's why he can do so many amazing things. Many people believe almost any darn thing they're told, especially if it sounds like something they already believe.